Welcome back to another session. I hope you were well. In the session I covered previously, I ended with signs, examples, symptoms that you could use as a way of assessing yourself or others to see whether um, we are expending or you are expending more energy than you're producing or delivering. And therefore, partly, that could be one of the reasons why there might be fatigue in the individual's life or in your life. Today's session, however, is the opposite. I'd like to show you and give you how you can understand whether you were generating a surplus. Previously, it was a deficit, today, surplus. Now, I made reference to the fact that in the West, we are fatigued. We are generally fatigued. 40 years ago plus, there was an acronym called TATT, tired all the time. Amongst doctors, amongst clinicians, people would come in and say, do you know what, I don't know what's going wrong. I feel tired all the time. One of the reasons is because most people were fatigued. The cause, I have hypothesized, as being partly due to energy delivery, energy generation, and energy expenditure. We have a bucket of energy. We fill the bucket every day. We expend some of the water in the bucket. At the end, if we need more water, but we have none, we have a deficit. If we have enough water, at the end of all of our activities, we have a surplus. And therefore, it's important to understand that fatigue is simply a symptom that occurs when you're spending much more than you have available to meet your needs. I made reference to three ways to understand how or if the body is struggling. You can have energy delivery to the brain, you can have energy delivery to the body, and you can have energy delivery to the immune system. Think about the body. The analogy again is the car. In the car, you have various moving parts. Functionally, the car's purpose is to get you from one place to another. Yes, there are other things it can provide, such as entertainment and a status symbol, but ideally you want the car. There's no benefit in having a Rolls Royce on your driveway that you cannot drive, especially if you have to walk 20, 30 miles to get to work. You want something to get you from A to B. Yes, sometimes you want to go from A to B in some luxury, in a place or in a vehicle that is covered. Those are all then preferential additions to what the actual function of the car is. Now, if you have good energy delivery to the body, this is symptoms I'm talking about, how you know this is working in your favor, you will find that generally speaking that you have this, you wake up feeling excited. There's a sense of excitement about you. You wake up happy, you wake up naturally, you wake up feeling as though you can take on the world, you wake up feeling as though there is no problem too much for you to handle. As a matter of fact, pay attention to yourself. How do you wake in the morning? How do you operate during the day? And how do you end the day? At the end of the day, if you feel exhausted, there are people who at 4:30 p.m., and this is not a criticism, at 4:30, they are drained, completely drained. At the start of the day, they may have been full, but at 4:35, they are drained. They return home completely exhausted. Why? It could be an indication that you're fatigued by virtue of not just what happens during the day, but by virtue of the energy being generated, the energy being delivered, and how it's consumed. So pay attention to how you feel. How you feel in the morning, how you feel during the day, and how you feel later on in the day. If you have a sense that, this is a great day, this is a good day, this is, I can take on the challenges, then it means you probably are having good energy delivery to the body. Now, with regards to delivery to the brain, some people wake up every day or go through the day feeling less confident, feeling depressed and feeling anxious and feeling as though the world is against them, not wanting to engage in social activities. Some people want to take symptom suppressing medication or even food. Um, that is all an indication that there isn't enough energy delivery to the brain. The brain is foggy. The brain is not able to calculate and process information and actually solve problems. You find you can't solve problems. You see things that you could do, that you know you have done previously, but for some reason you feel foggy, you feel tired, you just can't multitask. Why? There isn't enough energy. So one of the ways of knowing that you do have enough is that you feel confident, you feel optimistic, you feel relaxed. You're generally relaxed. Now, there might be chaos around you, but there is some relaxation because you know you have enough energy and that what you have inside you should be sufficient to deal with any demand on the outside. You feel as though you can socialize. As a matter of fact, you seek the social contact. You see, life is about relationships and people. The goods and the bads, the ugly and the not so ugly. And when you feel as though you have enough energy, you don't really push back by what could be perhaps a challenging conversation in a challenging territory of people. You feel as though you can actually go in and you have enough to take the punches. You're patient with people. You're generous, particularly. You're altruistic in how you give and how to help people. You tend to find that when you have, let me use a good example. I used to be impressed with, if you went to a local gym, there was always someone or one or two people who never had the time either to socially engage or help other people. You might want a spot on the bench press and you say, can you spot me? And they say, I'm too busy, or I don't think I can do it. There were one or two other people, sometimes more, who were always available. You needed help, they were there to help you. You needed support, they were there to support you. They were altruistic with their time, with their strength, with their energy. You wanted a spot, they would even stay back with you and say, have you tried this exercise? Well, why don't you come and join me? There's a sense that they have enough energy being delivered to their body and they feel great. When you have good energy to your body, you make good decisions. You feel like nothing is too much for you. You feel as though you can take on the world. You just feel great. Now, we've all known the feeling. Think about this. Have you ever had, and I know I have, you probably have, and this might not be directly the example you use, but there's been a time when you receive a call, and that one thing you've been waiting for, perhaps is a house that you wanted to buy, and the offer has been accepted, or is the girl you wanted to take out for a date, and she replied and said, "Great, yeah, let's go out. We'll see you at 4 p.m." Sometimes it could be the promotion, unexpected. You may have wanted it, but unexpected. Finally, it's come. It might be a piece of clothing, a piece of furniture, something that you've always wanted, and it comes through. There's a sense of excitement and enthusiasm you get in that split second of having that new input. It's as though boom, it ignites something in you. You suddenly feel as though you have all this energy. You feel generous. I know it's happened to me. You feel generous. You feel as though, do you know what? I can do a 4-minute mile now. It might be 9 p.m. in the evening, but you feel as though you've got this surge of energy coming through you. Why? Because of an input that has come to the body and to the brain. It's like a dopamine hit. You've succeeded. Yes, you've done it. In such cases, sometimes you might find yourself picking up the phone and calling your best friend and saying, do you want to go out for a meal? And people are wondering, he paid for everything. She paid for everything. What's going on? Is there something you're not telling us? Why? You're excited. You're quick-witted. In many ways, even in that interaction, you're open to criticism. People are thinking, sometimes some people even infer and say, well, what happened to you yesterday? Did you get laid? What happened to you yesterday? Did you get a promotion? Because people can see that you have this surplus of energy that you did not have or they had not witnessed prior. There are physical signs. You have a smile on your face. People who have energy are lovely to be around. Think about this. Those who are more lethargic and see problems everywhere and always want to complain, they are a nightmare to be around. Whereas if you have energy and you have surplus of energy, you find yourself smiling, you find yourself looking around and looking for people to share that smile with. You find yourself sometimes singing, humming, you find yourself walking with a spring in your step, you find that you're expansive in your outlook, You find that there are physical things about you that just, your loved one walks in and says, what happened today? Why? The energy you have. And then finally, let me talk about the energy delivery to the immune system. This is key. Our immune system operates and works like a standing army. Invaders advance towards the gates, and the standing army stand guard and take charge. The army need to be fed, they need rest, they need encouragement, they need motivation, they need a purpose, they need a vision, they need to know what they are fighting for, and that what they are fighting for is greater than what might be the pain in the present. When you have all of that, you have a strong standing army, which is why you can have 300 men charge against an army of 10,000 and hold their ground. Why? They're invincible. Why? Their reasons are strong enough. Similarly, we have an immune system. If we deliver enough energy to our immune system suddenly wakes up, takes charge, stands guard, and fights. So one of the signs to know that you are in a state where you have surplus energy is that you resist the general illnesses that spread around society in the seasons. You're not too susceptible to the cold flu or to the COVID, but you're not too susceptible to the next illness. You don't get headaches as much as other people. You don't feel nauseous as other people. You find that you just have this energy. Your immune system is active. You even know when your immune system is under attack. Why? The body gives you a sign to say, something doesn't seem right. There's something externally. There are people at the gate. So your immune system wakes up very, very, very easily. You're not susceptible to the next illness that comes through. Why? Because you have enough energy going to your immune system. Your immune system, if it is weak, will mean that foreign invaders can invade and suddenly they run over the entire body. You can have enough energy to the brain, enough energy to the body, but if you do not have enough energy to your immune system, then unfortunately it means you're susceptible. And as we already know, your body is only as strong as its weakest link. If that weak link is the immune system, things will not work out well over the long term because you can't perform at your best. Think about this if you've ever been very, very ill and you find yourself lying there, sitting there thinking, God, I can't believe, I'm being looked after. You may be, a big strapping fella. You might be a woman who has always been independent. You've done things for yourself, and when you get very ill, you realize, you just need someone to look after you. Why? Your immune system was down. And when you have a weak immune system, it doesn't matter how much energy you have or how much success from the past of things you've done. You might be the best athlete, you might be an Olympic medalist, but when our immune system is down, we go down. The problem is, if we have an immune system that is always down, then what you find is you spend more time down than you spend standing up. And that transmits through your mind and through your body as though something is wrong. You feel fatigued, you feel sad and ill, you don't feel that you're living to your fullest potential, and then suddenly it goes into your mind and you think there's something wrong with you. And then it becomes a self-perpetuating experience, self-fulfilling prophecy, because it's the whole thing about the chicken and the egg. Mind, body. Your body is weak because your immune system is weak. It's reinforced through your thoughts. Your thoughts say, well, you're not as good as you used to be, or something is wrong. It's manifest through the body because your mind is not in a positive state, and you attract what you are. And then suddenly you find you just can't get out of this hole. Well, one good way is to start with energy. If you want to cure depression, anxiety, stress, worry, fear, doubt, start with the physical side. Now, in the sessions that follow, especially the one that follows next, I'm going to start to break down the whole concept of energy. Very important, you have to understand the energy equation. E equals mc squared, we know that, but I'm talking about the energy equation that allows your body to operate in an optimum way, that allows your mind to work hard and to support the body that it has, and allows your spirit to be free. I hope today's session has been useful.